Hello and welcome to Buc-TV News. I'm Kaylee Neiman.
And I'm Casey Craddock. Coming up on Buc-TV News, we take an inside look at ETSU's student newspaper.
And we have the President Trump coming to the Tri-Cities paying a visit. This is Buc-TV News and it starts now. In a world that's becoming more digital by the day, many students are still working hard to maintain the classical approach to news while also moving into the digital age. ETSU's East Tennessean is the perfect example of a news source that hasn't forgotten its roots. Buc-TV News' Briar Worley paid a visit to the East Tennessean to get the scoop.
Some people say it takes a special passion to work in the media, but for Raina Wiseman, it's a dream come true. Wiseman works as the executive editor for ETSU's East Tennessean. The newspaper works as a premier print source for all things ETSU, and their goal is to make sure students stay engaged and informed.
One thing that we're looking at right now is really trying to engage students with things that aren't necessarily on campus, so coffee shops to go on. We have a story coming out about that. We get press releases from all kinds of different organizations that aren't part of campus, so we're able to let students know that things are happening outside of their bubble.
But what about television news? Is broadcast listening the need for print media? According to Wiseman, that isn't necessarily the case.
So the good thing about us being a student newspaper is that we are focusing on campus news and things that actually relate to students. So we're not necessarily talking about some of the issues going on maybe on a national level or even international, but we are talking about students themselves, and we highlight students. Sometimes we highlight professors, we highlight programs. So it's a cool way for students to be involved with their media as well as just being able to see it in print and be able to share it that way.
Students can pick up a copy of the East Tennessean on newspaper stands throughout campus. Reporting for Buc-TV News, I'm Briar Worley.
The popular folk rock band Judah and the Lion is coming to Johnson City. ETSU SGA is kicking off homecoming week by featuring the group for their fall concert on September 30th. After forming in 2011, Judah and the Lion quickly rose up the charts to become a nationally renowned band. The location of the concert has recently changed from Freedom Hall to the Mini Dome on ETSU's campus, but tickets are still available. ETSU students receive one free ticket with a valid ID. Students and employees can purchase up to 4 guest tickets for $10 each. The deadline for special ticket pricing is September 20th, and the doors open at 4 p.m. on Sunday.
Johnson City is welcoming an unexpected guest this election season. President Trump will be at Freedom Hall this Monday, rallying for senatorial candidate Marsha Blackburn. Blackburn is running in a highly contested race against former Tennessee Governor Phil Bredesen. Guest speakers for the event include Congressman Phil Rowe and gubernatorial candidate Bill Lee. General admission tickets are available online. The 45th President of the United States is the first president to visit Johnson City since former President Nixon in 1970.
The Push Film Festival is right around the corner, and event staff and sponsors are working hard preparing for the event. The Push Film Festival is a competitive 3-day festival in celebration of the cinematic and visual arts. Held in historic downtown Bristol, Push hosts not only curated films, but exciting parties and a variety of educational opportunities for filmmakers and audience members of all ages.
The Push Film Festival is an international film festival. It is brought on by people throughout the industry, tons of experience, and they just wanted to try to help. It was initially just for people in the community, not Johnson City, but in the southeast region, for them to be able to promote filmmaking, and then it became this big thing, and now people all over the world submit to it.
Many ETSU students and alumni are also featured at the event. The festival takes place October 12th to the 14th. Tickets are available on the Push Film Festival website.
University Career Service Office is working hard to ensure students are ready to jump into that first job. The office has many events throughout the year to help students create resumes, practice interviewing skills, and to find work.
We really just want everyone to use our services so that ultimately when we say career service, like our students know who we are and know what services we offer and know that we're trying our best to make sure that they graduate with jobs and not for them to graduate and start looking for jobs.
In addition to the resume consultation, Career Service also offers Buc-ee's Career Closet in partnership with Buc-ee's Food Pantry to help students get interview attire if they are unable to afford it. Career Services is located on the first floor of the library. The next career event is upcoming 2018 Virtual Career Fair on October 9th.
As the excitement for Adoration Life 2018 grows, their mission remains the same. The service is an evening of prayer and worship led by young adults and college students. Organizers are hoping to see steady growth compared to last year.
At the event this year, we're trying to get 500 churches in one location this year in the mini dome at ETSU. Then the third year, we're trying to bring 1,000 churches together. So it's a 3-year plan. So hopefully each year will continue to get bigger and bigger. We'll have
churches from Memphis, Nashville, and even Scotland were represented at last year's event. The event happens on October 21st in the ETSU Mini Dome. For more information on the event, visit adorationlife.com.
Black Affairs Association and the Office of Multicultural Affairs sponsored the 15th annual Street Jam this week. The event followed the students to step out to the mic for a variety of ways. Attending artists were participating in the event.
There's a lot of fear in coming back to school. I'm a 40-year-old man that walked in there to get his high school diploma. It was very hard for me, but one of the teachers was Miss Araceli. She gave me direction. Every single time I had a question, she'll put down whatever she's doing and she'll sit there with you until you get it. 50% of getting your high school diploma is walking through those doors. The other 50% is doing the work.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
So we were walking to school.
I started thinking about lunch. Mom packed me turkey and cheese.
She's
I really
smart.
want cheese pizza.
Sometimes her mind wanders.
We should have a sleepover.
I remember saying, Laura?
I think I heard Mom say something.
The sign says don't walk.
Sometimes it's so overwhelming.
I really hope she doesn't
I
have
really
another
hope we
bad
don't
day.
have another bad day at school today.
When you can see learning and attention issues from their side, you can be on their side. Go to understood.org, a free online resource with support and tools to help your child thrive.
We cannot be bystanders.
We can stop to make sure someone is okay.
We can warn someone when their drink isn't safe.
And disrupt the situation.
We can
get someone a cab.
Or walk them home safely.
We can make campuses safer for our friends.
Our roommates.
Our classmates. Our fellow human beings.
We cannot be bystanders.
We can intervene.
It's on us.
All of us.
Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
Take a look under your bed. Find stuff under there? What about jobs? No? Now try your closet. Still no jobs? Just more stuff? Well, you really have both. See, stuff is defined as household articles considered as a group. Sometimes this stuff is no longer needed. Wait, no longer needed? That can't be right. Because remember those jobs you were looking for? Those are really needed. And they're the stuff inside your stuff. Our job is to unlock those jobs. And it starts when you donate your stuff to your local Goodwill. Here's how we do it. When you donate to Goodwill, we sell your stuff to provide job training for people right here in your community. So just by teaming up with Goodwill, you help create jobs. And isn't that worth parting with the leftover keytar from your 80s cover band? Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs.
A Marine veteran has found a way to give himself and other vets a new purpose while returning to civilian life.
Emily Matesic introduces us to Sam Floyd and his new mission, Operation Coffee.
I can ring it if you would like me to.
Campbellsport native and Marine Corps veteran Sam Floyd understands the struggles facing service members returning to civilian life.
I had these thoughts too of what so many veterans do, just to not be here anymore. And so because I didn't have structure, I didn't have a whole lot of direction in my life.
But what Floyd did have was a love for coffee.
Coffee has really helped me just find a purpose, and then also, you know, go out and help other people that's been in my situation.
That's how Operation Coffee, Floyd's small batch bean roasting company, came to be.
What we do is try to start that conversation through coffee. Coffee is the vehicle to conversation.
Help came from the Semper Fi Fund, which bought Floyd this industrial roaster.
I'm a part of their apprenticeship program, and then so they help us build and start businesses, and so they're a huge reason why I'm a business.
Support from the Home Depot Foundation also helped turn this old church into Floyd's home and office. Business is brewing.
We were really interested in this story, tearful at his mission. So over a course of about 6 to 8 months, we've fully integrated Operation Coffee into Blue Door.
Blue Door Coffee Company brews Operation Coffee and sells bags of the beans too. With 10% of the proceeds from the coffee sales going back to veteran suicide prevention efforts, Floyd's mission of helping his brothers and sisters is truly being met.
And I'm glad to do it. I love giving out money. It's great. It's just because they help so many other people.
A Vietnam veteran in Pennsylvania is trying to raise money for his own funeral.
The veteran, who has terminal cancer, is now getting help from 2 young men who met him at one of his garage sales. Daniel Hamburg reports.
For several weeks, Willie Davis has been setting up his blue canopy and selling his possessions in a yard sale in Brownstown. Last month, David Dunkelberger was one of his customers.
At the end, when we bought a few things, he said to me, if you know anybody else interested, I'm trying to sell all my stuff to pay for a funeral. And when I said, whose funeral? He said, mine.
That didn't sit well with him, so he went back to the car to tell his friend Ed Sheets.
It broke your heart hearing the story, and we just decided we had to do something to try and help him, try and make his life a little bit easier.
Davis is a Navy veteran who served for 6 years, starting in 1970. He served during the Vietnam War, and now he's battling terminal cancer, stage 4 squamous cell carcinoma.
He's done a lot, serving our country, so we wanted to kind of return the favor to him so that, again, his last days could be a little less hectic, a little more peaceful for him.
Dunkelberger and Sheets started a GoFundMe with a goal of $5,000.
His parents have a burial spot in Culpeper, Virginia, and there's a spot for him, obviously, but with that, it's going to come some financial obstacles.
That's his final wish, a wish that could cost up to $15,000. And even with health issues, being in and out of the hospital and in hospice care, Davis finds time to set up his yard sale.
He tries to do them every weekend he's able to do them. He just told us yesterday that when he sets it up, he actually sets it up Thursday to run it Friday and Saturdays.
2 strangers who saw a man in need say they're now in a race against time to grant Willie Davis's final wish.
Trey Adams is up next with sports.
I came from 5 generations of teachers. Losing my job was the bottom falling out of my world.
Queen is just my everything.
His smile did it. His smile, his eyes, his knowledge. My landlord, he decided that he wanted me to move based on the fact that I was transgender. Let's just respect people in everyday life for just being human.
Every year, 40% of all food in the U.S. never gets eaten.
40%. That's almost half the food we produce.
Food waste is a serious problem. It impacts all of us.
And it's expensive. Your family is throwing $1,500 a year in the trash.
We're working hard to put food waste on the chopping block.
And you can do the same at home.
Learn how to cook it, store it, and share it.
Just don't waste it.
Go to SaveTheFood.com.
Welcome back to BucTV News. I'm Trey Adams with your BucTV Sports Update. Our top story today, the ETSU athletic program has been placed on a 2-year probation following findings in an investigation by the NCAA into the men's tennis team. BucTV News will have more on this story next week. ETSU football welcomed Furman to William B. Green Jr. Stadium this past Saturday. Bucks down big late the third, but Quay Holmes goes up the gut for the score, starting the incredible comeback. ETSU down 27-13. Midway in the fourth, Herrick under center. Holmes hungry for more, getting the handoff, breaking tackles. Look at him go and scoring again. Bucks inching closer to the lead. And the comeback would not stop there. Herrick looking to cap off the drive with a touchdown, rolling to his left and finding Matt Thompson for the 1-yard score. Do you believe it? It is tied. And a crucial mistake on the kickoff, pinning Furman deep in their own territory. And Dylan Weigel coming up with a huge tackle for the safety, giving the Bucks the lead. And an incredible second-half comeback win over Furman. 29-27, your final score. ETSU men's soccer was looking to pull the upset against the 4th-ranked Kentucky Wildcats. First half, the Bucks' Bruno Andrade on the free kick heading off a Kentucky defender Enrique Focuse on the block. The score remains at 0. We go to the second half. Wildcats' J.J. Williams making shifty moves and scoring in the left corner. Wildcats up 1-0. Later, Wildcats on the corner kick. Khalil El-Medkar kicking and scoring as Williams for the second time in the half. And this one is all Kentucky. The Wildcats strong. Second half performance gives them the 3-0 victory over the Bucks. To Summers Taylor Stadium, it's ETSU women's soccer action. The Bucks hosting the Wofford Terriers. Check out the team as they get ready to play. First half action. The Bucks attacking. Eleanor Goldoni sprinting towards the goal, shooting towards the bar, and blocking the shot is Wofford's Maria Mond, still scoreless. And not staying that way for long. Bucks Sarah Connolly running towards the corner, kicking it over Wofford's Rachel Shinnick, and Shinnick kicking to Goldoni, sliding in and scoring against the defender. It's 1-0 Bucks. And ETSU looking for more in the first half. Rachel Harbin attacking, kicking over to Connolly, and Connolly scores her first goal of the day. Bucks up 2-0, and it would be an onslaught of goals. Connolly ending up with 4 goals on the day. The Bucks picking up the victory 7-1. ETSU volleyball has been in complete control so far this year. The Bucks finished up non-conference play with an incredible 11-3 record, picking up wins against notable opponents like the home win against Tennessee and number 22 Washington State. This great start has led to the Bucks receiving votes in multiple top 25 polls. ETSU currently sits at number 20 in the volleyball top 25 mid-major poll, while they continue to inch closer to being a top 25 team nationally, receiving 10 votes in the latest coaches poll. ETSU plays their first home conference game of the season tonight as they welcome the Sanford Bulldogs to Brooks Gym. The match begins at 6 p.m. ETSU men's tennis was serving it up this weekend in style at the Palmetto State. The Bucks were on the campus of South Carolina for the Gamecock Fall Invitational, and multiple players advanced deep into the tournament. The duo of Sergi Foncaberta and David Gonzalez were impressive, winning multiple matches before falling in the Flight A doubles semifinals. I'm Trey Adams, and that will do it for your BucTV Sports Update. When we come back, we will have your entertainment news with Jerica Dyson. But first, coming up right now, it's your play of the day. It's a diving catch by Miami Marlins outfielder Lewis Brinson.
The toughest. Defoe, short right center, falling, and a diving catch by Brinson. Lewis Brinson, for a while, didn't look like he was going to be able to get there. 1 out. Great effort.
Long strides, picking up a lot of ground with every step, and that ball stayed in the air for a long time. And a tremendous catch by the Marlins center fielder, Robin Wilmer.
I understand. I know it's not your typical resume.
Okay, well.
But candidate. But I've been working double shifts just to pay for books. I've been raising my 2 little brothers. I'm determined, driven, motivated. Isn't that what you're looking for?
Look beyond the resume and discover new ways to develop great talent at gradsoflife.org.
They told me a bottle couldn't dream. That I would never become a superhero. But I learned how to fly. Just to come back in a new disguise. And be the hero that I've always wanted to be.
Construction worker figurines aim jackhammers into the holes of a leather belt. Standing on scaffolding, painter figurines work on the back of a red high-heeled shoe while others appear to paint the tip. Under a bed, a figurine of a patient lies tucked in the pocket of a white shirt while doctor and nurse figurines stand nearby. Mechanic figurines install a SIM card into a laptop. Nearby, more figurines stand among numerous household items. Your stuff can help fund job training and placement in your community. The Goodwill and Ad Council logos appear. Donate stuff, create jobs. Find your nearest donation center at goodwill.org.
Well, Thomas, you've got prediabetes. But with more exercise and a change in diet, it can be reversed.
I've tried exercising. It just makes me hungry for bacon.
I love bacon, too. And who really likes to exercise?
Not me.
Me neither.
Nobody. So we're good?
What? Oh, you still have prediabetes. Big time.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move. So I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Welcome back to BucTV News. I'm Jerica Dyson with your entertainment news. The former television star Bill Cosby is sentenced to serve 3 to 10 years in state prison. Many allegations of sexual assault were made against the Cosby star. However, the one allegation that stuck is the sexual assault and drugging of Andrea Constant. Now known as inmate number NN768, Cosby is serving at maximum security state prison in Northwest Philadelphia. He is allowed to stay in a single cell and able to purchase a TV, radio, and tablet. Cosby is currently labeled an unclassified inmate. The most magical place on earth announces a price change. Disney's new admission price is based on the expected demand each day. On October 16th, these changes take effect. Prices for that day will range from $109 to $129. Admission to Magic Kingdom is now the same as Epcot, Disney's Hollywood Studios, and Animal Kingdom. Find out about all these changes and more on the My Disney Experience site and app. Kickstart your weekend by checking off some box office top movies. The House with a Clock in Its Walls is the top-grossing movie this week. This thriller is about a 10-year-old named Lewis who goes to live with his uncle, played by Jack Black, in a scary house that makes tick-tock noises. Coming in at number 2 is the movie A Simple Favor, which features Anna Kendrick as a mom who vlogs and wants to find out the truth behind the disappearance of her best friend, Emily. Rock and Roll Hall of Fame star Joan Jett is featured in a new documentary titled Bad Reputation. The film is about Jett's adventures with her all-female band from the late 70s in the documentary. Jett describes how she defied the odds and became an artist, producer, and record label co-owner. Bad Reputation is now out on demand. The woman who inspired many people to dress up as Harley Quinn this past Halloween is returning for the upcoming film Birds of Prey. Set to release on February 7, 2020, the film follows Harley, played by actress Margot Robbie. Harley's new adventures have her splitting up with the Joker and teaming up with Black Canary and the Huntress. Harley and the superheroes fight to save a little girl from an evil crime lord. Who says good deeds go unnoticed? Chick-fil-A surprises a Florida man for his 100th birthday with free food for life. The birthday boy, Stephen Bellissimo, has frequented the restaurant for the last 15 years. The crew decided to throw him a birthday party. He tells him that it's the best gift he could ever receive. That's all we have. Welcome for your Hollywood Minute.
The wizarding and non-wizarding worlds have been at peace for over a century. Grindelwald wants to see that peace destroyed.
The final trailer is out for Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald, opening in November. Not only do we see more of Johnny Depp's Grindelwald and Jude Law's young Dumbledore, we learn Claudia Kim is Nagini, a woman who transforms into a snake, Voldemort's trusted pet from the Harry Potter books.
Rock stars have kidnapped my son. I am a golden god!
Almost Famous is headed to Broadway. The movie about a teen journalist who hits the road with a rock band is being adapted as a stage musical. Cameron Crowe is set to write the show's book based on his Oscar-winning semi-autobiographical screenplay. Rolling Stones fans, here's something for your holiday wish list. The concert film and live album Voodoo Lounge Uncut focuses on the Stones' famous 1994 concert in Miami, which was turned into a TV special. Bonus material includes never-before-seen footage from an earlier concert featuring songs the Stones didn't play in Miami. Voodoo Lounge Uncut will be released on various physical and digital formats November 16th. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
I remember, Dad, you and Mom got this car with a hatchback. I said, you know, I'd be happy to give you the money to get a really great car. And he said, well, no, this works for me. I says, why? Because it's the right height to put the meals in. Dad, tell me when you first got an inkling about Meals on Wheels.
There was kind of an abandoned house. That's where we got started with Meals on Wheels. We kind of filled a need for people as they got older.
It's the human interaction that probably fed them much more than the food.
Oh, yeah. When you can see somebody else benefiting by your life in some way, you can't help but feel good about it, I think.
Well, the reason I'm involved, Dad, is because you are, and you're so inspiring. How you've impacted people is enormous.
Drop off a warm meal and get more than you expect. Volunteer at americaletsdolunch.org.
America, let's do lunch.
An injured turtle gets some help from a zoo and some Legos.
And a seal armed with an octopus goes viral. Coming up in today's Take a Look at This.
An injured turtle in Maryland has a new set of wheels after vets got creative and used Legos to give the little guy a leg up. A Maryland zoo employee found the eastern box turtle struggling in a grassy area. It's believed it was likely hit by a car.
We were trying to find something to keep him off the ground since he has the fractures on the bottom of his shell.
Plans were drawn up, some technical, some not so technical. Ultimately, the toy bricks were used along with plumber's putty to build a tiny wheelchair. Zoo officials say the turtle is responding well and with continued rehab should be released within a year. California firefighters came to the rescue of a dog in a tight spot. It started when Carrie Faust couldn't find her dog, Luna. She eventually found the pouting pooch stuck in a cinder block wall. Look at that face. Faust called local firefighters, and with a pry bar and a sledgehammer, they had the dog free in a matter of minutes. Faust says she now plans to remove the wall. She also says that aside from being a little embarrassed, Luna is doing fine. Yep, that seal just slapped that kayaker in the face with an octopus. The in-your-face moment was captured off the coast of New Zealand. The slap likely wasn't personal, as wildlife experts say seals often thrash around with their prey before eating it. The kayaker was just in the wrong place at the wrong time. Or right time, depending on how you look at it. For Take a Look, Jeremy Roth.
All right, so do you have any fun plans this weekend?
Oh, going to the ETSU football game. What about yourself?
The same thing, actually. Are you headed to the Trump rally on Monday?
I am. Do you have tickets?
I didn't. I did not get tickets, unfortunately. I have to work that day.
Oh, it's too bad. It's too bad. It's always exciting to see the president.
Oh, yeah. It's crazy to think that someone with that much power is coming.
I know, all places to Johnson City.
I know. It really is. Yeah. But, I guess that's all we have time for today. Thanks for watching BucTV News.